All right, welcome in, everyone. How are y'all doing tonight? We got us a special guest here on the live. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself for the ones that don't
What's
know you?
good? What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Big Tank Hank, coming at you
One
on Cole's live stream. What's going on,
one
man? What's
time for
going
the
on?
one time. Big Tank Hank in the building, y'all.
Yeah, I've been missing in action a little bit. I say, let me come on back to it and let you see me a little bit.
So would you like to touch a little bit on when you plan on returning for the
Yeah,
for the regular time?
yeah, I got some people in chat right now. Y'all forgive me, I can't read the chat unless I hit this button over here and cover y'all up, and I might not do much of that though. But I got a few people over there in chat. You know, I got Mexicali over there, Watts, Dark Water in the house. Hey y'all, hit me up. Let me know when your next stream, and I'll fall on in there on Dark Water because I've been missing and skipping out on y'all, and I'm gonna apologize to you. Forgive me, forgive me. As far as my stream itself, it's still iffy right now because you see my wood paneling wall, and I believe in having some fish behind me. But we'll see what the near future brings. I got a Thanksgiving to the first. I'm going to work at another unit, so I probably won't be around YouTube at all for that little old week. But I'm trying to come into these holidays, man, and try to jump it off, change my approach maybe a little bit, do a little more store hopping, do some real live interviews and tours of some stores because I have a lot of places that I know and a lot of people that I was just lazy. Hey, that's all it was. I was lazy. So this is, is a refresher, an eye opener for me. Yeah, I'm gonna do some things a little different, but I'm ready to get back at this because I'm missing it, missing it, missing it.
Well, I know that everybody out here has been really missing you and your interview style and helping them get their name out there in other communities. You was kind of to me you was a one of a kind.
That's cool, man. That's good to hear. My biggest motivating factor is nobody can be you better than you. We have a lot of people who try
Right.
to be other people, and they try to fit this and try to fit that. We don't have a lot of fools out here on these YouTube streets. They can tell genuine when they see it, and just be
Right.
you,
Right.
be you, be you. There's always somebody for you. Most definitely, man. Tell people
Yeah, I
what you
agree with that
love.
100%.
Show them what you love. Hey,
Yeah,
and
I
for
agree
my
with that
old timers,
100%. The
y'all
real
see,
recognize real.
my cup been broke down since I live streamed last, man. I couldn't even. I'm gonna have to bring it out of retirement too. Look, it's got trash in it. I hadn't even used it since then. Look at this. Look at this, man. Look, man. Ah.
Oh, you got the old styrofoam gas station cup going on today. Boy, we got to get you back on your game.
Woo. Yeah, man. I got to get back rolling, man. I got to get back rolling. But that's all right.
So I remember
That is
you
all
saying a
right.
little while back that you were thinking about kind of shifting over into the reptile scene a little more.
Yeah, yeah. My original intro, my introduction video, I explained how if it walked, jumped, flew, crawl, swim, if I could catch it at some time in my young life, I had it in a cage, in a fish tank, in something in my house, and I had snakes, from your regular little grass snakes, garter snakes, ball pythons, king snakes. I've had a few hots, but they kept me a little too nervous, and I had to go and let them make it back out into the wild because I wasn't ready for that. But I had alligators, I had monitors, I had caimans, skinks, frogs, turtles, man, you name it, I had it. And when I went found the ball python community and all these morphs, the morphs really just ran me crazy because the morphs didn't exist or I didn't know about them. What's up, Steve? The morphs I didn't know about, man, until like the last for real, and this is a short amount of time, the last year or so, man, I almost lost my mind seeing all the different varieties and color patterns that they're getting out of these snakes now. And
It is
it's
crazy, man.
stimulating.
Sometimes when I watch them guys and they get the inchy yellow belly het for this and pieball this, and I'm like, man, are these motherfuckers talking English anymore? And I'm starting to think they on Spanish there for a minute.
Yeah, yeah, they got some stuff out there, man. And I was getting a little bit better at understanding certain combos and what they may do in contrast to others. Yeah, man, I'm trying to stick my toe off in there since I'm gonna have a little extra money now. I might buy me a snake and won't nobody stop me from getting it now. Not a
Well,
jab of it though.
you think you might be able to catch one of these giveaways here pretty soon. I know
Right?
we got Heads and Tails doing a giveaway pretty soon. You know, Keys is always doing some kind of giveaway with their little group they got going on over there.
Gotcha. I might have to check it out. The usual suspects, Hair Down, Fridays already. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out, man. You might roll the dice and come up because I have Morph Market emails coming through now.
They
Ooh,
they Morph
20,000,
Macros up on your
17,000. Oh,
they coming through your emails all day, every day.
all day, every day. And the prices on them snakes, man, are crazy. Crazy.
Some of them things up in the 10, 20 racks.
Oh man, yeah, I've seen some stuff. I saw one today. Uh Coral Glow Yellow Belly. I want to say clown. It looked like it was, high yellow with some whites running through it. Top, bottom real white. This snake was like
Right.
$17,000, man. Like 17,000. But I really liked it. I mean, I can understand if you can get your toe in and get going, you're good. You just got to get your toe in there.
Right. Yeah, but
Yeah,
17
man.
racks, like you could buy a couple cars and then all the money it takes to maintain the snake after that. That's a that's a big investment right there.
Right? Most definitely, most definitely. I never had to spend or look at spending anything on a fish like that.
Right.
Albino clowns, most definitely.
I used to have some balls back in the day, but when I had them, it was more like when het for albino was the thing and a normal, and pastel was like doing something. Nowadays, like if you got a normal het for albino, people are looking at you like you silly.
What you gonna do with it? Give it away.
Right.
All
Yeah.
I was so far back, there were only normals, man. There was only normals. Everywhere you
Right.
went, just normals. That's it. That's it. And I was in the dark that long. From then all the way to today. Now I saw the balls and the blue-eyed Lucy's, piebald, I mean, and the blue-eyed Lucy's, um, the albino. So those were your standard breakaway from your normals. And so I knew about those, but because you have albino and everything. But yeah, man, I started seeing I was like this hyper male. That's my
What was
that's
that?
my snake right. That's my gene. The hyper male,
What does that one look like?
it's like you got your orange and some like almost purplish hue on the orange with white, and it glows, man. It glows.
Really?
Some deep oranges. Yeah, that hyper male is all right. Blackheads, yeah, that's a dark hue snake, more of a black to very dark base palette for the colors. Yeah, most definitely.
So what
Luscious.
if you do start in the snake thing like you're talking about? Sorry, there I was moderating some people real quick. Oh shit, I kicked myself off. No, I didn't. All right. I'm bad about booting myself out of my own live. So if you do start, are you gonna go with getting a snake rack, or are you gonna put them in an aquarium or tote so that you can actually see them all the time?
I'm a hands-on see them type of guy. I would probably have to uh what's the word? Gradually be able to go over to racks because I'm all about, and you get so many of them, that's kind of hard to do. So I think I'm gonna do a lot of focusing on, like, let's say your all white snakes, because I mean I know how popular these snakes are still today.
Right.
They've gotten especially when you go to the higher price brackets, you done got way away from the all white snakes. But I know with any given show, you go to, a table full of white snakes are gonna sell out. I mean, they're gonna do it.
Right.
You got
Right.
all this other stuff very well, but a table full of white snakes is gonna sell out. Here's what it is. If you got some all black ones, you're gonna be able to sell them too.
Right.
I'm old basic dude.
That
Johnny Small Pepper.
I'm kind of more like you on the.
Start out.
I'm more of a hands-on visual type of person. I want them to be. I could see them all the time. I could watch them slither around and play in their water and stuff like that. And instead of the snake rack thing where they're just in them totes all slid up in there.
Yeah. That's like when I have shrimp in my tanks, and you end up with so many shrimp, I could go a whole day looking at a tank. The more shrimp, the longer I can go a whole day. So you just imagine if I had a whole bunch of snakes.
That was a lot. Did you finish reading that?
He was giving, yeah, he was giving a breakdown for the setups, and you multiply that times each snake. Now, if you heat your room, if you got a good set, a good thermostat, you know what I'm saying, and some insulated well, and you heat in your room, you can win. You can win like that. But the temperature fluctuations, can be a killer.
Then I know that then once you start doing the breeding, then you got to have the incubator, a little cook oven thing, and then you got to start breeding rats. That's the part that I don't like.
Yeah,
Cause
you
them
breeding your
rats
own rats would be your
stink.
better. It would be your better thing, man. Yeah, that would be your better thing if you breeding your own rats. That's the thing that I have grown to learn. Looking into this because it'll get very expensive trying to go and buy them and keeping up with them. Just keeping up with the amount that you may need once you get, X amount of snakes, it'll be hard also.
Right, right. And then let's say you go buy a rat and the snake don't eat, then you got to home that rat anyway. So you already the first time they don't eat one, you started your breeding process right there.
You got you a pet, big old school rat running around. Yeah. But I
I
heard
used to
I
I
think,
used,
go ahead.
go ahead. I used to have me a kind of a big old rat. It was like a pet. You just sit on your shoulder. You could pet it like a dog or a cat. We kept it in the cage in the kids' room, and that son of a gun every morning about 6 a.m. would get out of that cage, come from one side of the house to the other, and crawl up in bed with me and lay on my neck and wake me up
Wow.
every day. It's just like having a cat. He'd come in there and chirp 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 chirp
Oh.
chirp chirp right in my ear, be all up in my ear, waking me up. The first couple times it really freaked me out. You wake up from a dead sleep and you got a rat next to your face.
Oh, I used to hate to see them huge rats in the mall. The guys coming through with these big old rats on their shoulders. I'm like, no, man. I'm from the country. Well, for rats that size, people try to kill them.
Good fact, good fact.
And my biggest fear would be some rats getting loose, and they
Oh
start their
yeah,
own
then they
breeding
be all
program in
over
my
they be all
walls.
over the house.
No,
So
no.
would you just stick with the ball pythons, or would you move into to them snakes that get 12, 15, 20 feet? Or would you just stick with a ball python
I
that's
would only
limited to about 6 to 8 feet?
I would only go so big. I like blood pythons. I really like blood pythons. And blood pythons they get real girthy, but they don't get super long. Bloods
Right,
and ball pythons, there's at some points not even a big difference in the length of them, because you'll have a really big ball python that's still close to the size of a blood python lengthwise, but you still have your girthy animal. I really like the temperament. I like the temperament of the bloods, but I wouldn't
right,
go
right.
bigger than that. I wouldn't go bigger than that at all. I don't need a snake that I got to have somebody else to help me handle it. No, because you think how many
That,
people out there who have those snakes where they need to have somebody help them handle them, but they're not. Oh, this is my baby. I'm like, no, 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 my baby never gonna. No, I can't do it. No.
yeah, I'd be scared to have me a 20 foot Burmese. I'd be thinking that thing's looking at me every day like you fucking lose about 5 more pounds, buddy, and I'm snatching your ass up.
Ooh, man. And then to have a one, I don't see them bite, lock on people, they got to peel them off. Oh,
Yeah, imagine if you're by yourself and one of them 20 footers decided to get after it. It could choke you to death.
no, it could. It definitely could. God forbid you fall down or something. Oh, man. Ugh. That's one of them one of them rabbit holes you don't want to go down. Ugh.
I always
No,
wanted
I don't
to
want to do it.
when I had the ball pythons. I always wanted to get that rainbow boa because it was so pretty and everything. But then I realized that it could get up to 15, 20 feet, and I was like, nope.
That's like the green tree. Pretty good size, pretty snake. He opens his mouth. It's like you only need that snake to, to get upset and bite you one time. It's
Right,
it's over. I'm getting rid of every snake I seen. I'm getting rid of my snakes. I'm gonna help somebody get rid of their snakes. Ah, they got some teeth on them, man. Ooh, wee. Oh, but yeah,
but
man.
you're you you
Go
still
ahead.
going to you still gonna do you have your fish and all that set up too as you do the snakes as well.
Most definitely on the fish, as most people can see on my last types of videos and stuff I made. I really like James. Look out now. I really like the planted naturalistic tanks. Most of my rimless tanks, I de-rimmed them myself anyway, and I got now where I have all these plants growing outside of them. I want to get to where I have these bookshelves with the long footprint tanks, 20 longs, 33 longs, if I can get hold to them, your 40 breeders, your 60 breeders, things of that nature. Low boys, 50-gallon low boys, where I just make them like bogs, with all these plants sticking about them, and focus on fish like your wild better type fish, your killifish, things of that nature, who they don't run around aimlessly in your tank like guppies. They look like they're thinking. You know, they can set up their little colonies. And they'll breed themselves for you. You can divvy out the babies or move them around, but they actually make super interesting ecosystems. That look supernatural. Like your
Right,
platies and your guppies and things of that nature. They just be in there just wilding out. And they do that in real life, but yeah, I want to sit down and and look at my fish like this.
right, right.
Kind of hard to do that with your endless and your guppies going 100 miles an hour. I'll stick to probably wild guppy types and endless because they fit those types of tanks. They fit those types of
Right.
tanks, but yeah, I want to get to where those tanks will be self-sustained with my deep substrate, and they just chilling. Top them off or whatever. Do me a water change once a month. Yes, it's possible. Water change once a month. Do me some little top offs here and there, and just let them do them. raise
Yeah,
me some
I can
live
imagine
food.
your I can kind of imagine your entertainment center now. You have the TV in the middle. You got your fish on this side. You got your snakes on that side. You be standing around by the TV and not even have it on half the time.
Yep. Ivy plants running their way, you know, your pothos and the ivy running their way, ferns and whatnot, palms. Yeah, that would
Yeah,
be
that'd be
me.
nice. That'd be real nice.
Might have some of this old school wood paneling in there, you know, really make it throwback like you're on an island somewhere.
Keep it
Ah, keep it airy, island by.
We got my mom in the building, y'all. Mama come to say hello. Check us out. See what we doing out here.
Hello, Miss Camp.
So when do you have like an ETA when you think you're gonna be able to return and get back on your normal game, or are you just gonna kind
Mm,
of play it by ear and do your store videos as you can, or
yeah, I'm playing it by ear. I'm counting this as my return actually because
all right.
once a week at least you're gonna see me in some way, shape, or fashion just to get get the wheels rolling. But yeah, I'm considering this kind of my coming back out party.
All right. I like that. I can appreciate that a lot. I'm glad I'm the one that was able to help you do that.
Yeah,
I
thank
actually
you, man.
feel
Thank you. 'Cause
I
you've been,
feel
I have people check on me. Go ahead, go ahead.
I feel really privileged, to be able to interview the interviewer.
I like, I tell people I like actually being interviewed better, I guess, because I talk. That's just what I do. So if someone's asking me, I can just go. I can just go. And I don't even have to hold a line. Like on my show, there's things that I have to control that people don't really think about or pay attention to. That's kind of how my live streams are the way they are. There's stuff that I pay attention to that nobody can really tell that I'm doing it per se, you know, because I'm trying to take care of people from different walks of life, different facets. At the same time, try to be entertaining and bring this, because I really don't plan stuff. I don't write anything down. It's all natural, and you still have to have some semblance of control when you're doing it like I do it. But when
Right.
somebody else is asking me questions, it's on and popping. You ask, I answer.
It's go time.
It's go time.
See, I like that. And I know what you mean too, because like a lot of people don't understand what you're doing over here on the host side. You're reading this, you're looking at that, you're watching this, you're thinking of what are we gonna talk about next? Because like you said, I don't write anything down. We just playing it by the wind.
It's a run, and sometimes there's stuff I'll see in chat that I see it. I never stop talking, never stop interviewing. Stay on. I'm on task, everything, and I'm watching something, you know, build or not build. Try to predetermine, what I'm gonna do about it, and nobody ever knows it even it even
Right,
happened.
right. Yeah, I understand what you mean by that for sure. All right, smoke them if you got them.
Because I had went a good time, good long time without any trolls for real, and I birthed one, and he was trying all that Roscoe tried for a minute, but he couldn't flap me, to the point to where he just disappeared. But he came
It,
on, he tried me for a minute, boy.
that's funny too. That when that's all they're trying to do is get that attention and try to derail the topic or the situation at hand. And when they don't get that attention, they get upset, and then they
Yep,
will leave. With
yep. I,
me,
I would show
normally
no
like if
energy.
I'm not doing an interview and somebody comes in here trolling on my normal lives, I will turn the whole live around on them. We will make this entire live about you until you give up. I'll pull an Eminem on you. I'll tell you how bad I am, how ugly I am, how right you are. and eventually they'll give up and leave, and everybody in chat will just be laughing and laughing at them. They think it's the funniest thing.
You know, trolls. All they gotta do is just fall into, and just entertain and be entertained with everybody. Will you be having tanks? What did
Right.
that one say?
All right, sorry.
Will you be
Hank, will
having
you be
tanks
having
again?
tanks again in the near future?
I will. I will most definitely. I most definitely. And I need some of those. What are the those killers you got, man? I just saw in that tank. You know what I'm saying? Going off, man. Yeah. I think
Oh,
I
are you talking about
commented on
my fish over here?
the killers. Mexicali was just up there. He's got some killifish, and he had a tank
Killifish.
full of killifish. He had a tank full, like a whole little old colony of them, man. And they doing the little killifish thing, the little males fluttering around. And I'm like, but that's off the hook right there. I need to get me some of them.
I got me a bunch of native fish, blue perch, yellow perch, a warmouth. Got a little Dempsey in there. We got a crappie. Then we got a
Okay.
big old fluffy Oscar. He's
He's a
a damn
fluffy.
teddy bear. Everybody says their Oscars are so mean and aggressive, and my Oscar's a big old teddy bear. When I do my live feedings, he goes and hides and sticks his head in a corner behind a rock. He don't want to watch it. He don't want nothing to do with it. And until it's over, he will stay down there in that corner and just let them do their thing.
You say, how dare you? My peace has been shattered.
Yeah, he don't want nothing to do with it. He'll get down there in that corner. He'll let me reach my arm in there and pet him. I can sit there and pet him, and he don't freak out. He don't move. He's just as calm and tame as can be.
Okay. Yeah, I
Then I
used to have Oscars back in the day. Why does this light keep changing? There we go.
thank you, Johnny. I appreciate you, brother, very much. Mexicali says, as soon as you're ready, he got you.
Amen, dude. Amen. Amen.
That's one thing I've learned being on here too is there's a lot of truly, really good, nice people out here
Most definitely.
that
Most
that
definitely.
really care, that'll really take care of their friends, and really show you the same kind of respect that you show them.
Yeah, most definitely. Oh yeah. Jeffrey Watts, Steve Rollins, Warrior Planet Tanks. I got to salute my boys. They definitely that's not alienate anybody else on here, but they're actually, I was living in Katy, which is a subsidiary area of Houston, and they're in Houston also, and we used to do the exchanges and the store runs and all of that together, and they, I've been missing the action a little bit. I went dark for a while, because they used to talk to me every day, especially Jay Watts, every day, and I went dark. I was, "Phew, where is he?" Talking
Right.
about dealing with a lot. Yeah, I was dealing with a lot. After
Yeah,
20,
it
after
took
20, 23, 24 years, man, whatever reason you have for the breakup, nothing ever makes it easy.
it took me about a week and a half to 2 weeks, and finally I was like, where in the hell is Big Tank Hank? 'Cause I'm used to you being on every week. And it took me a little while to realize that something is wrong here. That's when I started messaging you. It was like,
Yeah.
where are you at, bro? And then finally you kind of came out and said, I'm taking a little break and all that. I'll be back. I was constantly on your messages. Like, you
Yeah,
was kind of an inspiration to me to go out
yeah.
and grow with these other people and, move myself around to new communities from seeing all the different stuff and talking to people.
Yeah, I believe that. Look out, GP. Yeah, I believe that's Gershon right there. I believed in, I would be on Fish Snatcher Stream, James, Gippy, man. I'd be something everywhere. Just, just pop up, man. Filipino
Yeah.
live streams. I'd be subject to be anywhere.
I have actually seen you around here and there too because, I be everywhere too.
I was in the live stream. I was in the hospital, man. Had I had a stroke in May, and I was in the hospital on live stream, and a friend of mine, he knew where I was, and he was, "Oh, dude, what are you doing? Why are you in chat?" I'm like, "I'm in the hospital, but I didn't die."
Right. Ain't got nothing better to do but lay up in here and watch you guys. Better. It's
Yeah,
better what they got on the TV.
yeah. I was raggedy a few hours before that, man. I'm in the live stream. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's going on?
Just chit chatting it
Hey,
up.
y'all. I'm here to tell you, life has its storms. You know, we all sometimes get a chance to marinate, in the peaceful waters and the nice sunshine. It's gonna rain sometimes. You just have to be prepared. Don't ever think you're the person who is not going to have to deal with some of these real life things. They're gonna happen. They're gonna happen. It's all about how you deal with them.
Right. Right.
You know, I
That's a fact right there.
yeah, I disappeared, but I wasn't depressed. I wasn't, just let y'all know I wasn't in a place of, oh, woe is me. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna kick the bucket. No, mine was more of logistical too. It's like, man, there's too much going on. I'm not in my regular, home and live stream setup and all of that. So the logistics was crazy. I was moving around. It was like, well, this right here needs to be taken care of because I can't ever do the YouTube if I can't get this back stable. So I had to, poof, for a hot minute, pull some things together. Miss Queen T, how you doing?
Very good person right there.
Mm.
So you're going. Is it? This isn't your gonna be your permanent, semi-permanent location, or
I
what's
will
your
probably, because I work here and I work 4 on and 4 off, I'll probably keep it. I'll probably keep it, because it's convenient, because it's 4/12s and I work overnight. So it's a whole lot easier to come in. And this is just like a block away from where I work. Come in, lay down, go to sleep, get up, come back in. And then when you're off, you can go wherever. So I'll probably keep it, even when I get, my place set back up, because I don't want to make a crass decision. I don't want to be rushed. I don't, because I'm in a position now. All of the stuff I was dreaming about, oh, I want tanks here, and I want to do this like this, I want to do this like that. I'm in a position now to pick a place where I can do all of that. You know what I'm saying?
right? Right.
So it's like perfect at this point. I can walk right into somewhere. All I need to start doing is setting up tanks. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm kind of excited about that step too. And I'm gonna put that on video, you know, because that'll make for a whole lot of content for a long time.
Right. Right. Here you go.
You
There's a
too,
good
Miss
person
Tammy.
you probably know.
Nadine Vlog. Yes, I do. How
Miss
do?
Nadine. Miss Nadine in the building. Thank you for coming through, Miss Nadine.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm excited about this next step.
I think everybody's excited to see you get your game started, get back rolling, get your vibe back up.
Yeah, bigger and better, bigger and better.
Right, always going up, never going down, never going backwards.
Most definitely. But don't be afraid to pause.
That's part of life. It's part of life falling down. We've been doing it since we was infants. You fall down, you get back up. You got to learn to walk before you run, or you got to learn to crawl before you walk. You got to learn to walk before you run. And when you start
Right.
running, you're going to start falling.
Most definitely.
You
And
pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you get right back to walking or running.
your race people to know about drafting. You know what I'm saying? You want
Right,
to
right,
win. You want to win. But if you're not in a position to take the lead, to get in there behind something, just hold. Ah, you know, come out of that draft and go and slingshot yourself to the front.
right back to the
But
top.
don't crash because you're like, oh man, I got to get there, but things are just not working right. and then you try to do it too fast, and then you crash out and you lose maybe in more ways than one. Got to keep the energy up, keep believing for goodness in people, and don't even give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Shout
That,
out to
that's a,
those people that's supporting me right now. You know what I'm saying? That's got my back behind the scenes. That's been helping me through this thing right here. Shout out the non-YouTube people.
your real life friends.
Yeah, the folks that, well, no, I got a lot of real life YouTube friends, but yeah, the ones that the YouTube will never know who they are because they not gonna do it. They're not getting in front of no camera. They not gonna do it. They will sit in your chat and never put nothing up there. You don't even know they're there.
It took me a while, you know. Originally, when I started my channel, I was just gonna do like a 24-hour fish stream, no commentation, maybe some light music, but mainly the sound. And you know, after I did that for a while, then people wanted me to talk, so I started talking a little bit. And after I talked, people wanted to see me. It took me probably about a month to even get comfortable getting my face on the camera and talking and getting to the point where I could even do something like this. It was a real slow progression kind of, but now that I've done it, it's like it's natural now. It ain't
All
nothing to
you
get
do is
on here, wrap it up with some people, chit chat,
get your
crack some
feet wet,
jokes.
get your feet wet, man. Get your feet wet. That's all you're doing is getting your feet wet. And once you get used to the chill on your feet, oh, it's not that bad. Come on in, the
Right,
water's
right.
fine. Yeah. Oh, I love it. I can honestly say that, man. It was so important in my life, the getaway, the taking care of the animals, the tranquility, you know, because I'm looking so forward to having a big fish room at this point. Oh yeah, Gershon, man, I'm back up and at it, man. Back up and at it.
Man,
I was
he's got a
spinning
great
circles
channel
for
there.
a minute there.
He got a great channel. I've been watching a lot of his shorts here lately.
Most definitely. Yeah, he was one of the first guys that welcomed me into the fish, oh not fish, the snake community.
Right, right. I think trying to think who was the first person I watched it with. It was her or it was Keys. I think it might
I
have been
did
Keys.
Keys before Mike.
Yeah, I think it might have been Keys. And then like he just got an electric personality for me. You know, I was kind of drawn to Keys real quick. He got a good personality. He's good with his chat.
Yeah.
He actually runs a pretty smooth panel to have nine
It's
people on there.
beyond, it's beyond natural, man, for him and his wife, dude. It's beyond natural. It is. I told him on my live show, I said, it's crazy. It's crazy for me to sit and watch like the chemistry, they're the epitome of couple. Hey, that they're a couple, so they probably have their couple things they deal with. But when they're out here, wow, you know, one's got the other, and they just clicking. They clicking on all cylinders. You know what I'm saying? They have the same mind as far as to where they trying to take this thing, and they jumped out there running. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
They're doing they've been doing their panel every week almost,
Yeah,
and they'll
down.
have nine people on there at one time. It's like it's just so much to keep up with, and but the way they run it, it's just smooth. It's a smooth operation over there
Yeah.
with nine people. Like I couldn't imagine us trying to run nine people on here right now. I could just see everybody stepping on each other, and I could just see it being a big old cluster.
Yeah, look, and Keisha, she's his DJ. He the rapper, she the DJ. And she'd be on them wheels of steels back there, man, popping them screens down. Boop, boop, boop. This person, that person is showing this, boop, 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 doing the little low intros, outros. Oh man, it's a thing to watch. It's a thing of beauty. And
Then
Keys,
I've been
he
seeing
gonna have a regular TV show and interview people.
he really could. I've seen he's been branching out here lately and going and doing the store interviews,
Yeah,
store tours and
the
interviews
tours.
with
Yeah,
the snakes and with the rats, and he's doing everything right now.
yes. Staying humble,
He's
staying humble, staying humble, staying humble. You know, I
right.
love it. You know, he tell folks, he say, if you, let's say your mother, he say, because it's a situation he had to go through. He say, if you hadn't told your loved one you love them right now, get off this phone or go do it because tomorrow might not come and you may not be able to tell them. Then the way he reaches out when somebody needs help, wow, if he can do it, he's gonna do it. And if he can't, he's gonna contact some people that can, and they're gonna still keep the ball rolling forward. Yeah, you're talking about doing it right. They doing it right.
And I
They
seen
doing it right.
like here lately, Herb Collectors. He's been getting up on doing his little interviews, and he's starting to get his ball rolling pretty tight over there too now.
Yeah, most definitely.
He got him a good little
Old
channel, and
Mike, old Mike. Yeah, I
he's
think he
doing
was he my last reptile interview.
he
I
was
think he.
trying to think, he was one of the close to the last. I kind of went through today and was kind of
Let me
scrolling
see.
to
With constrictors and herp collectors was they were the last two, and they
yeah.
were
I think Wiz was the very last one. I believe so. I kind of scrolled through today to get an idea, try to come up with some kind of topic, but I'm not good with that. I'm not good with topics. I kind of like going with the flow, keeping it natural.
most definitely, man, most definitely the people. I always told them when I have folks come in, because see, I do a 30-minute preview. Like we sitting, backstage, and we're gonna talk for 30 minutes, and I tell them you are the topic. What you do is cool and interesting. But the person for me is always the topic. I have had interviews, 503 Aquatics. We talked about snacks for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Snacks, I don't know if we mentioned the fish. We talked about old school snacks, new school snacks. For almost 2 hours, we talked about snacks, but it was all about the person. I'm all about your energy. We're gonna roll how you roll. I'm all about the energy. Most definitely.
Right, right.
If you somebody who is a fish geek, fish nerd, I got a little knowledge on fish. I've been having fish for, man, I'm 50. I've been having fish for 45 years or something,
Right.
45 years. So I know about some fish. So if you on here and you about fish, we gonna talk fish. We gonna talk fish. I'm gonna want to know about your kids. I want to know if you drink some coffee, and I'm gonna want to know that too. What kind of snacks you like? But most of that we're gonna talk about fish. And if you just somebody
Right,
that
right.
just you got fish because you like them, hey, look, see my fish? If that's you, we're gonna talk about everything else. And we'll just look at your fish in the background.
Yeah, I feel that.
Now, the snake people though, that's a whole nother story. Because they gonna get on there and they gonna tell you about some morphs and some genetics, and you be like, oh my God, oh, I'm every day, oh my God. And I liked as I did more and more of those interviews, I'm having a conversation, finding myself asking questions that are pertinent and putting two and two together, like, okay, so if you do this and then you do that, and they're like, yeah, exactly, and I'm like, oh, I'm learning it. But you'll never learn all of the stuff when it comes to those morphs, man, and breeding those snakes. Oh man. Today I heard about, let me see if I can remember, two genetics that I heard for the first time today, and they probably been around forever. I put myself on the spot, and now I can't remember. It was two today, right before we came on. I was looking at somebody showing us snakes. No, it was Keys. Look out, fishing local. It was Keys and his wife interviewing. It was in a guy's snake, I think it was the last tour of his snake room and his mice and stuff, and he was showing his blood. He was talking about some specific ones. I'm like, man, I never even heard. All this little time I've been talking to these people, I haven't even heard of that genetic. I hadn't heard of those genetics. I mean, they knew what it was because they were like, oh, okay, man, that's a great. I seen, the red stripe, this, that, with that, and I'm like, it just keep falling out the sky. How much is out there?
I think when it comes to breeding them snakes, it's to the point now that the possibilities are just endless. There's so many different styles, and then like I had Heads and Tails on here the other day, and he was trying to explain to me about the co-dom and the dom and the head and what the inchy means and what the clown means and what this means and what that means. Like I'll explain it to you where you can understand. And I'm just sitting here like, and when he got done, I learned that one of them means it's got like the pattern kind of like it's like dusted. It's like faded a little bit. I think that's real close to a lot of what I got out of there. I can't even remember which one that was. If that was the clown or the hypo or the I don't know, the inchy or something has a faded pattern, and I know I like those.
I got you. And it's crazy. I'm gonna give you a good example for my fish people and my snake people in the house and together. Guppy, ball python. I can breed 2 ball pythons together and get these crazy patterns. I'm looking for a pattern I have not seen before. But you're looking at the snake, and it's still a ball python. You good, ball python breeders love you. Guppy, you can't just breed 2 guppies together because a guppy will give you some stuff. You're like, oh my God, it's just
right.
Guppy will revert back to an old, old short tail. I mean, they'll once you start doing that, they just revert back. It's automatic. Everything starts to crash. Abort mission. And that's crazy because you have over here, you got the ball python is always going to be a ball python. He's just going to always be a ball python.
Right. So I used to have the guppies and the plotties and the mollies and all them, and I would sit there for hours and watch them fish, and they were really interesting. But them guppies, them things can get out of control very, very quickly. Next thing you know, you're looking at one day you got 10, the next day you got 20, a week later you got 30, and then next thing you know you're overrun with these guppies, and you're like, what in the hell happened? Hey, I just wanted a couple, man. And them the plotties, so I actually I was going to the actual fish store, and I was getting them high dollar plotties, the rainbows and the blue ones. And then I would have the regular, like from your PetSmart style, the little Mickey Mouse. And they started breeding. And I started coming up with some crazy looking guppy or plotties that I had never seen before. They just started integrating and changing into stuff that I've never ever seen.
Platies and mollies are kind of like ball pythons in a sense of it's still gonna be a platy, it's still gonna be a molly, but you can get all these different colors. That's one of the good things about I don't care what you do, they still a platy, they still a molly. Yeah, that guppy is gonna become something else.
Yeah, I've seen them because you'll get the turquoise or the ones that got the tequila one, the tequila tails and all that. And then you'll get that one with the half black. And after a while, you'll wind up just getting those feeder guppies out of it. They'll turn back to all silver.
They've been bred so far from that's the original guppy. And they've been bred so far from it. It's like turning a ball python into a boa constrictor. Like they've been bred so far from it. You put them two together, you can't tell it's the same fish.
Right.
But it is. It's the same fish, but it's not the same fish. That's crazy. They've been bred so far away from the original form that it's ready to go back to what worked. And the original form is what worked.
Right, right. Yeah,
Bulletproof
them
works.
10-cent ones.
That's what worked. And he's waiting to go back to that.
I did a water change the other day on my smaller tank, and I noticed that my Pocostomus had started breeding. And I was cleaning out the water, and next thing you know, I got 10, 15 little baby
Sucking them up.
Pocostomus in there. And most of them was albino.
Okay.
No, I didn't suck them up. They kind of come up all up to the top, you know, because I did about almost 90% water. And I started noticing, so I started catching them out, and I moved them over to another tank. You know, I set up another tank real quick, and I moved them over there, and I think they kind of slowly died out from the move. I should have just left them alone, but I was afraid the other fish was going to eat them because, you know, they wasn't bigger than a fingernail. So
you
hopefully
never
I'll
bred
get
plecos before?
I didn't even know that they would start breeding like that. I mean, I know obviously they will, but I didn't know I had a male and a female or what I had going on.
When you start getting baby plecos, feeding, you have to make sure you point, you know, like a pinpoint feed. You got them in there, you got to put some extra, you got extra feed, and it's usually better to use some natural, you know, natural type of stuff. Let's say they're using zucchinis or cucumbers and stuff like that, in addition to like sinking pellets, because they'll starve out. I accidentally bred like some, I don't think they were common. Were they bristle nose? They were small and spotted, but they weren't the common. But I just liked them. Boom. They had babies, and I was excited to see them, but I was still feeding the same, right? I'm like, oh, it'll drop down there. They'll eat it. They're little.
Right.
And they all disappeared.
I guess that might be what I did wrong whenever I moved them over.
I starved them to death. I found out that I just starved them. That's what it was. They was like, no, you got to feed them. Skipper, what's going on? Got to feed your plecos.
Yeah, I guess I should have just left them alone, but I got so excited, you know. I just got so excited that I've never seen little babies like that before with the Pocostomus, and I was like, oh my God. And then that most of them was albino too. I was like, man, I just hit the jackpot. These bad boys, you know, I could turn around if they keep doing this. I just put them over here in this other tank, let them get bigger, and I could start selling them, keep the ones I want. Like, I thought I hit a gold mine for a minute, and then I moved them all, and they slowly just started dwindling away. And then the other day we were sitting here looking at, you know, it's a real little 10, 15 gallon tank or whatever. I put it on the counter, and I got some goldfish in there. Whenever I do my live feedings with my fish, anytime I see a cool looking goldfish in the mix, I'll scoop it up out of there and I'll save it. So we were sitting here the other day looking, and that damn goldfish was eating the dead Pocostomuses.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And it was carrying around, bones hanging out, and it was just rah, 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 rah. And you know, these are little bitty goldfish like this big, and they just eating them up. I was like, what the heck?
And almost no, because people said sometimes you go to the pet store and buy fish, and they'll say, oh, this fish is an herbivore, this fish, you know, and they'll tell you, like, oh, they don't eat baby fish. They don't, if it can fit in their mouth, it almost doesn't matter what kind of fish it is, they'll eat
it. Is there somebody in here from the snake community that can answer that question? Because that's beyond my expertise.
Yeah, I can't give them a pinpoint on that one either.
Hopefully there's still a snake community in here. Yeah, y'all guys make sure you check out Fishing Local. He got a great channel. He does a great live stream. Very good person. He's trying to hit a goal of 4K by the end of the year.
Already.
He had said he set up a goal to hit 3K this year. And then next, here you go, heads and tails. Heads and tails. Answer this question for Mr. Fishing Local, please. Heads and tails will know. Yeah, he was on his live stream the other day. He's like, well, I set me up a goal to hit 3K, you know, this year. And next thing I know, the shorts just took off. He's like, so I had to change my goal to 4K this year.
Man, I'm gonna have to figure out those shorts though. I really have. I had one video, the least thought out video that I ever uploaded, ran for 200,000 views. It was 7 seconds. 7 seconds. It was a better, pretty fish, very pretty fish. I didn't say a word. I just, oh man, look at this fish at my local fish, fish store. Oh man, upload. It went
Boom.
crazy. Went crazy.
So what I've noticed really right now when it comes to the what was the question? Put the question back up here again real quick. So his answer is 2 to 8 months for ball python. What I've noticed about the shorts right now is timing. Timing matters. For me, if I drop it at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m., I'm gonna get a couple thousand views. If I drop it at 11, maybe 3. If I drop food like a food short around noon, it'll get a couple thousand views. If I drop a short at 9 p.m., sometimes it will, sometimes it won't go. Because really what you're waiting on is for YouTube to pick that bad boy up and put it out there on the short reel for everybody to see. You're not, with your shorts, you're not feeding your audience. If you're trying to feed your audience, you're only going to get 20, 30 views. So you got to kind of expand your horizons with the shorts. And what you're trying to do is you're getting the organic viewers and you're trying to give YouTube something that they can use.
That
I've
makes
listened.
that
I
makes
listened
too
to a
much sense.
right. I listened to a video from a guy. One of those people that tell you, how to do this, how to do that. Which a lot of them are BS. But I take some of it to heart if I hear something good. And the way he explained it is, YouTube is not out there looking for an audience for your channel. YouTube is looking for an audience or a channel for their pre-existing audience. They're looking for content to feed their millions of people they already have. They're not trying to find millions of people to give you. They're trying to feed them millions of people. So you need to conform with them shorts to what's popping.
Yeah,
And then
because I know
shorts,
my shorts, I was geared them towards my people. Literally, tag the whole nine was geared towards, and they wasn't doing nothing. Yeah, yeah, most definitely.
yeah, I
And that
kind of
one
after
video,
I heard
it
that,
wasn't geared
I
towards
just
nobody.
right after I heard that, I kind of was like, I took that information and I took it to heed, and I started kind of rolling through the short reels because that's what I watch, a lot of shorts. That's my easiest way to make sure I stay connected to, because I'm following thousands of people. I can't literally watch thousands of people's videos every day. So I can hit your shorts or I can hit you on your on live. But as I'm scrolling through there, I'm kind of seeing what's hitting. Well, this is hitting hard. That's hitting hard. I can do that. So I'll do it. And we'll see what happens. And sometimes you'll get 2, 3K, you'll get 4 or 5 subs. The other day I finally hit one on 8K and got like 11,
Mm.
12 subs on something that was already kind of part of my channel. It was a car thing. But right now, just shorts are just the way to go, boy.
Y'all forgive me. I'm looking like I'm off in Wonderland. I have to look
Me
at the
too.
chat like this. Like I have to look at the chat like this because it doesn't show on the side of the screen. See how many people I'm missing over here. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Jones, for welcoming me back. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. Core Adorable, how do? Skipper, Croco Mummet Empire. I see Nightbot over there.
Yeah, I got a little Nightbot, but I just got it set up to welcome you, and I don't have it set up with none of the. No, I got all the settings turned off. And then so here's another trick with Nightbot too. And when you moderate everybody, moderators are exempt from the Nightbot rules. You can set it up that way where moderators are exempt from the rules. So even if I did have it set up to where people couldn't spam emojis, the moderators could still do whatever they want.
Gotcha. Hey, y'all make a note now. Big Tank Hank, for those that don't know me, loves to use emojis. And I used to get kicked out of people's chats because I would, I just tell a story using pictures. That's how I'll use my emojis because I don't type fast. That's the secret. Oh man, I'd get shut down and silenced, and I'm like, how you kicking me out of people's chats? I'm the most safest guy to be in your chat. They get penalized. Darn Nightbot. Crazy hillbilly.
I'm over here moderating everybody real quick. I'm trying to catch up. That's one thing I've always kind of done is, there's more than one reason why I moderate everybody. One is to keep everybody on an even kill. Another is to make it easier for people to be able to connect with each other. And the third reason for me when I started was that, to me, when you come to visit me, the only thing I can give you to show you my appreciation for you coming here is moderator. That's me saying thank you for coming to visit me, spending your
The
time with
jacket
me. Right.
or rank.
So, heads and tails, would you like to join the panel, sir? I know you've been on my panel before, and you got a lot of good snake information. Me and Mr. Hank, we kind of hip on the jit, but not all the way.
Yeah.
You'll be able to. He'll get on here and he'll start telling you I like what I was telling you earlier. He'll start telling you all that stuff, boy. You'll be like, huh?
I can get you interested in what they look like. Yeah, other than that, yeah, I'm not the one.
We got Mr. R.J. Sanford. Y'all check him out. He's a blind YouTuber. If he gets on your panel, he does not have a camera. Very good guy, very respectful man. Yeah, trial and error with the shorts. So another thing I do with my shorts is I'll drop 2 or 3 at a time maybe. They say keep kind of hour or so in between them because you can drop 10 shorts and YouTube ain't gonna push all 10 of your shorts. They're not gonna fill up the short reel with just you. Nobody's that important. But so I'll drop 2, 3 at a time to give YouTube an option of what they want to pick up and push. And you could tell which one they're gonna push because within 20 minutes it'll start hitting 100. And then I'll just delete the other two, put them back in my pocket, and save them for the next timeline. Some people will notice that I drop. Who is the man on the panel with me? This man is Big Tank Hank. You're gonna have to remember that, Big Tank Hank. He does a lot of
Go
interviews
check me
with the
out.
reptile community. He does a lot of interviews with the fish community. He's a very great guy, very great man. He's been off of YouTube here for about 2 months now, getting everything back going, getting everything ready. Oh yeah, I forgot I don't have the link, and I'm inviting people up here. And I don't even have the link set up. Normally, I always have the link pinned at the top, but so at the very top of the screen, I guess I should have mentioned this a long time ago. In the pinned message, you will have Big Tank Hank's channel. You're gonna have Big Tank Hank Cash App if anybody wants to donate to Mr. Hank, and you also have Big Tank Hank's email if you want to get with him on a personal level. You want to see about getting an interview, letting him interview you, or you interviewing him. However, y'all want to work that out. Make sure that you get on his email, let him know, and he sure will get back with you. All right, Morbid, I appreciate you coming in, brother. Make sure you stay connected with the reptile community so they can stay connected with you. We'll be able to help you grow just as well as some of these other channels out there.
Morbid.
Yeah, I just ran across him the other day. He was in. I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much, but he was in a chat that I don't believe in. So I went to his personal messages and told him, get out of there, get away from them people. You come over here and listen to me. I'll be able to help you a little bit, and I'll send you in the right direction. So some people heed personal good advice, and then some people just one ear out the other, right back to the same old shit and expecting different results.
Yep. Yep. I do a lot of messenger touching bases with people a lot. You'd be surprised. I have people, y'all pardon me, chewing this ice, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of delicious. Um, I have people who are gonna actually be interviews that I ended up just talking to them for maybe the same hour that I would have did on camera. Didn't even record it. Just talk to them because that was what they actually needed. You know, I would tell them, I said, no,
Right.
I said, I'm not, I said, no, I'm not tripping on nothing that's on the camera because there's gonna, you know, there's people that want to get on. If you just need to talk, I talk. If that's all you need, advice. I'm a spiritual person. For those that don't know, very spiritual. I try to think that I'm an upstanding individual, even though you know none of us are perfect, none of us are great, but some of us actually can work. We're working hard at being decent, and I think I'm pretty decent. If you need to talk about anything, you can hit me in my messenger at any time. Garrick Alexander on Facebook, Big Tank Hank on Instagram, Big Tank Hank on YouTube. I'm Big Tank Hank on TikTok too, but TikTok is kind of all over the place, so it's not a good place to just have conversation. TikTok, it's all over the place.
So we're gonna bring up Heads and Tails,
What's
and we
up,
also
man?
are gonna bring up Mr. RJ Sanford.
Yep. Hey, Cole.
How's it
What's
going,
going
man? How are
on?
you?
going
I'm
on?
doing good. I'm doing good, Cole. Hey, Big Tank Hank. I'm RJ. How
How
are you,
do how
man?
do? I'm good. I'm good.
That's great, man. That's great. And hey, Heads and Tails. How are you?
What's going on, RJ? I'm pretty good.
That's good. That's good. Cole here was telling me about you guys yesterday on a buddy of mine's live stream. You might have heard of him. Is Nitro Freak.
Okay.
You remember
He
that,
was,
Cole? That
yeah,
was a good.
he was in here earlier.
Oh, he was. Dang it! I missed him.
Yeah, he was in here for a little bit.
Okay.
In here touching bases with some people he ain't seen in a while.
Oh,
This is
okay.
a friend of mine, DWI Adventures. I just pushed him and pushed him and pushed him till he made his own channel.
Who? Big Tank Hank or?
No, the DWI Adventures, somebody in the chat.
Oh, DWI. Okay.
That's what I just came and told you, babe.
No, Hey, Big Tank Hank,
What's
what
happening?
is your favorite? What is your favorite fish, or fish that you have?
Well, right now I can't say fish that I have because I'm going through a separation. You know, me and my wife, and I don't really have fish per
I
se
got
right now.
right.
But my favorite fish that I had was snakehead beta, which is the Chinoides wild betta. Little red, black and white betta. My favorite fish, I'd
I
say
would
would
not have
probably
thought.
be little me and yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, I used to have guppies, like a bunch of guppies, and people were like, man, you big Tank Hank, big old dude, work at a prison with these little bitty pretty fish.
I mean, hey, I do like guppies. Like, I'll put them in the axolotl tank, and I mean, they get eaten quite often because the axolotls are just, they'll eat anything in front of them. But it's nice to have them in the tank while they're still alive. Like, they look pretty, make it look good. It's pretty expensive food though, so I try to feed them like actual, bloodworms or something, and then that way the guppies will live a little bit longer. But yeah, they get hunted down after a while, no matter what.
Yeah,
But
right. Yeah,
they
guppies
are
had that
definitely
reputation.
like they have some really awesome patterns though. I mean, and there's some really interesting looking species of them.
And that's
Or
a whole,
subspecies.
I was telling them earlier that guppies, it's hard to keep them stable, but guppies are a rabbit hole, almost just like ball python when it comes to
Oh yeah.
patterning and morphs. Oh yeah, it's so many different types out there.
Yeah,
Most
I can
definitely.
definitely I can see that right away because I mean even the big box stores like PetSmart or Petco, if you go there, there's so many different guppies there for you, and it's like, you know, that if they're selling those, what else is out there? There's always, you know, specialty breeders out there making something really amazing.
Yep, most
So that's
definitely.
pretty cool.
How big do these tanks usually get? These fish tanks?
Ooh,
How
it
big do they
depends. You could
usually?
have
How big?
your average. Average. I'm gonna start middle ways. The average fish owner, 10 to 20 gallon tanks. But I mean,
Right.
Oh wow!
you have from little 1 gallon tanks up to, I'm gonna stay in house, not like in aquariums, just in somebody's house. 500-600 gallon tanks. You know,
Oh,
Good
you have
yeah.
God!
people.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
people would they'll take walls out of their house just to
Yeah,
put
I mean,
a big
some
tank in.
people convert entire pools. So, I mean, that's thousands
Yes,
of gallons there. You
thousands
know?
of gallons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
But I personally, I don't have good experience with anything living a long, prosperous life under 10 gallons. Like even a 10-gallon tank, I'm like, I mean, a micro tank, like if you're doing like small shrimp and stuff like that and just organisms, then cool. But as far as fish, I feel like a 20-gallon is really,
Yeah.
that's where you should be to start off with anything and then go up
It's
from
that
there.
that
oh
water
wow!
stability. Yeah, that water stability and
Yeah.
anything under 20 gallons is shaky at best.
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
and if something goes bad, it goes bad in a hurry with a 10-gallon, where the more water you have, the more chance you have of catching it and, you know, preventing it. You don't have to do as much of a water change at each time. You know, it's like there's
Yeah.
definitely big benefits to bigger tanks.
Yeah, very much agree.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
I got a bunch of African cichlids, and then I have a community tank that just has a bunch of random. There's some glowfish in there, and there's a couple of cool oddballs in there. But mainly, I got the cichlid tank, and I have axolotls, and then I got the community tank going. I'm gonna make the community tank bigger soon now, and the axolotls are getting an upgrade too, because they're, when I got them, they were only this big, but now they're like a foot long each. So.
I don't know if I've
You
ever
sound
seen
like
a foot long axolotl.
you sound
It's like a
Taco Todd.
salamander that breathes underwater all the time. They got like frill gills.
Oh, I
Like
know what
they
you're
look
talking
like
about
little
now.
water dragons.
By the way, how do they weigh those fish? By their scales.
Oh,
I
that
had
was
a,
good
I had a
there.
history teacher. I had a history teacher when I was in high school and in community college. He taught at both places, and God rest his soul. He died. He died in January of this year. But every time I would talk to him, I'd say, "Hey, Mr. Egoff, I'm going fishing," and he'd say, "Son, how do they weigh those fish?" And I'd say, "By their scales," and we'd start busting out laughing. I was his favorite student.
Yeah, that was a good one. I ain't never heard that one before.
He had a dream. Your
I
instructor had a
don't. I
dream. He had a
don't
dream to
do.
be a stand-up comedian, and you kept his dream alive.
I tell you
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
you know what you do. You know what you do when you're in a when you're in an elevator and you have a friend with you. When the door
Don't fart.
shuts, have your friend turn to you and say, "Well, yeah, I'll take your case, but why in the hell did you shoot the guy?" And then you say, "'Cause he kept staring at the back of my head."
Oh man, that one was funny, but for a different reason. Like,
We got Bosa in the building, y'all. Bosa's in here one time for the
Bosa,
one time.
Bose,
what's going
Ooh.
on, bro?
You
Kike.
can join the
What's going
panel
on,
as well
man?
if you want to. Let me know. I'll drop the link down for you.
Mm.
Hey, that's the hardest
Yes.
working man in reptile history right there.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's everywhere. And he has a bunch of cool stuff. even though he is a super classic man himself, loves the normal ball python. Yeah, he loves the normal pattern, which I gotta say, I mean, a normal ball python pattern is something that's been evolved over thousands of years to become like a really good pattern for that snake. So a part of me is like, I definitely understand why a normal ball python pattern is pretty awesome. And they do have a really cool look to them. I mean, however, I'm after like crazy different patterns and stuff just to make it like very specific to what I want. You know, the different genes do different things. Pattern mutations versus color mutations. Yeah, see, he loves the super classic.
I'm telling you, look, I used to be so confused. I'd see, now there would be a name. There'd be a name to the morph, but all I see is classic. You know, I'm looking like, okay, I'm trying to find, and then I say, oh well, this gold, there's more gold here, you know, and I'm just looking like, I can't see it, I can't see it.
Absolutely understand that. And depending on, okay, so like a single gene, say it's a normal versus a pastel. Yeah, the pastel is brighter and more shiny, but like some other genes that aren't as pronounced as pastel aren't going to show through right away. So yeah, you're staring at it like, I don't know what's in there. Is it this or that? But once you start getting into combos, you realize that like, all right, so some genes are pattern changers. They change the actual pattern on the snake. Other genes are color enhancers or color changers in general, not necessarily enhancers. Sometimes they dull it down, sometimes they brighten it up. Yeah. But the real trick is to get the right pattern mutations and the right color mutations to make the snake you have in your mind. You know, like say you want something that looks like ancient writing. Then you would probably want to put something like pinstripe in it with a bunch of different genes. So in that way, it ends up looking like a bunch of like ancient letters. Other things like clown. So you'll hear a lot of clown. Clown is a mutation which basically takes like a paint roller down the back of the snake and it makes it like drip patterns. So it looks like a drippy clown painted pattern. Now, just a clown by itself is basically just a brown snake. They'll be like lighter colored yellow on their belly at first, but as they get older, they're just two different colors of brown. There's not really blacks in there. There's not really whites in there. Some will show it, some won't. It depends. Different, examples of the same mutation can look a little bit different. You know, it's like a fingerprint. Not everybody has the exact same one. So you can get some of those on a normal, but once you start adding in those color enhancers like pastel or orange dream, yellow belly, then what you're doing is brightening those colors. And sometimes whenever you mix like different genes together, they end up doing something you didn't plan. So spot nose is a gene that basically brightens up things. But when you mix spot nose with clown, it puts a crazy head pattern on the snake. Once you get the crazy head pattern going, you mix yellow belly with it, and it turns the drippy patterns, those little bubbles on the side of the clown, it'll turn them yellow, like bright yellow. So then yellow belly, spot nose, sometimes they'll even be orange or red, you know, and then you try to end up mixing in, if you want, like, for example, they made a Pompeii, which was basically a red ball python. They took spot nose, clown, yellow belly to give it the cool pattern, and then they put red stripe in it to make it more red. And then they put black pastel in to like deepen it. So it ended up being like literally one of the most beautiful snakes as a baby there had ever been created. Now, as it grew up, it started to brown out a bit. They call it browning out, where the bright colors start to fade. It's very hard to make a snake that doesn't. There's only a few genes that keep a snake bright. One of those is desert ghost, which is why nowadays in ball pythons you'll hear a lot of people talking about desert ghost.
DG everywhere.
Exactly,
DG
DG.
everywhere.
So DG is an enhancer and a cleaner. It cleans up the snake pattern and it enhances the brightness. DG is one of the only patterns that get better as it ages. So that's why they're trying to put it into everything, because then all of your crazy colors you're getting are going to stick with it or get better as it grows. So there's a lot of room for growth in the DG area. People are trying to put DG to basically everything to see what happens. But there's a bunch of different patterns. I mean, Zebra is a new one. That's stupid expensive right now. Zebra to me looks like a mixture of like DG and Spider, but I don't know. Everybody's like, it looks so great. I don't know. It doesn't. I haven't seen a combo with that Zebra thing that really makes it worth the $50,000 that they're selling the snake for. I mean, I know now you can get some for like 10 or 20,000, but it's still ridiculously high priced for a snake that just looks mediocre cool.
The problem we have here. The problem we have here in Florida is people will buy these Burmese pythons, these pet snakes, and then they get too long, and then they just release them out into the wild.
So, although it has happened, that is basically an urban myth. It has happened on occasion. Obviously, there are people that are irresponsible, but for the most part, it happens whenever big hurricanes come through and take out entire breeding facilities. And then the snakes are just out there. That's usually
kind of
how it
what
actually
took over the Everglades. It was right after that hurricane.
Right. I mean, a big hurricane comes through, knocks down the whole building. I mean, for example, a lot of my stuff's in a shed. A tornado comes through, everything's getting thrown everywhere, So, yeah,
we just had two hurricanes not long ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of snake breeders I know were struggling to keep their power on too. And like there's the 92. Yep. See, Kike knows what's up. Heck yeah.
That's what started the epidemic in the Everglades right there.
Yeah. So
that's why all
although
the wildlife
people have released, that's not the reason on why they're taking over. And house cats are really a huge problem in the Everglades as well.
House cats are a huge problem everywhere.
Right. I mean, they kill everything.
Not in your house. They kill everything. Yeah.
We have feral monkey colonies established. What?
That's a terrible idea.
That is awesome. No, dude. Come on, no, man. You don't want no monkeys?
No.
Hey.
I mean, what just happened up north a couple of months ago with the monkeys that. What just happened a couple months ago with those monkeys when they had that wreck?
I know.
All their monkeys got out and it started an epidemic.
Bro, all right. So you guys have all seen that guy that like Mark Rober that does like the squirrel obstacle course. Dude,
yeah,
I'd be on that with the monkeys. I would be trying to make them do some crazy stuff.
Who is the blind surfer you were telling me about yesterday?
I still have forgot to look that guy back up for you.
Dang,
but whenever
cats back out in the community, that's not good.
When I do look him back up, I'll send you a message to his account.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, I meant to do that already, but I get so busy I can forget.
No,
I
understand, man. I understand. Just
Hey, so a while ago, I'd heard something about like a snakehead fish in Florida that was like, it's one of those snakes that can like crawl itself over the ground and stuff. Is that still like a big problem?
They're not a problem because they're native fish at this point. But you're supposed to kill them. If you catch them, you're supposed to kill them. You're supposed to kill them. You can't put them back in.
Gotcha.
They don't want you to take them home in fish tank. Ironically, when you said one of your favorite fish, I was gonna say, that's the original Chinoides snakehead.
Right.
The Chinoides bettas that I have, they look like little bitty snakeheads. Spotted heads look like they have scales, little spotted snake scales on them. So they're also they're Chinoides. China is the was it a natural name or whatever for the snakehead fish? But you have Chinoides bettas because they look like snakeheads.
Gotcha.
And people
Yeah.
can eat them. They're good. Snakehead is good, but you know they have a bad
Man.
reputation. Folks don't want to eat them, but they're good. You can set up a whole marketplace if you want to with snakehead.
I haven't heard of like the snakes or like gators really getting into it with the snakeheads. Is that like a thing that's going on? Because I know that, like, for example, there's been issues of where gators have eaten snakes and snakes have eaten gators. Like, is a snakehead a part of that cycle, or is it just like just prey for everything?
Yeah, snakehead is food.
Gotcha.
Alligator eats snakeheads. Yeah.
And plecos, huh? Oh, dang. You guys got plecos everywhere?
Common plecos, man. They're in Texas too.
Man,
Yeah,
I never seen them, though.
I've seen them pulled out of the water with throw nets.
Hey, I got a good one for you.
Big.
All right. So back where I used to live on the other side of town, there's a natural spring that comes out.
Cole,
So
thanks
like
for having me
all
on,
year
brother. I'm gonna
long,
go ahead and jump down, okay,
it's the
bud?
same temperature.
All right, man. Thank you for coming up, brother. I appreciate you.
You too. Thank you.
Later.
All right, RJ.
So there was like this natural spring that all year long it was the same temperature. Well, I used to go swimming down there and stuff, and like I just be swimming for as long as I could because it was all nice. Dude, I swam with they're Texas cichlids, but I was swimming with cichlids, like hanging out next to them, and I was just thinking, like, man, my childhood dreams just came true right there because I had always like seen my fish tank and be like, man, I want to swim with them, Dude, it happened. It happened. I can die happy now. I know it's goofy as shit, but I mean, it was just like that. It was just that moment of like, oh dang, this is like a tropical fish. Because like I was born and raised in the Midwest. There is no such thing like a bluegill is the tropical fish up there. That's it, So like coming down to Texas and seeing that there's like actual tropical fish in like the regular rivers and stuff, I was just mind blown. And then I found out
coming up from Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know. It was crazy because that river does connect to the Guadalupe, and Guadalupe goes all the way to the sea. So I don't know. But it was pretty funny because I was like, oh, these are awesome and everything, and then I started learning more about like the wildlife, and they're like, oh, alligator gar, and I was like, oh, get my ass back out the water. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some big alligator gar around here.
Dude, yeah, I see, and now it was like in the same day my dream was achieved and then crushed miserably right after.
Hey, I can attest, alligator gar, you'd have to be in this murky water, and it's an accident if an alligator gar attack you for real. They gonna know you're coming. They're not gonna mess with you. They're gonna get somewhere. They're huge, but they gonna get somewhere. You ain't gotta worry about them.
Gotcha. See, and I'm like I said, I'm from like the Midwest where we have like muskie. A muskie will attack you. It will absolutely
muskie get you.
So like I was like thinking like
pickerel, muskie, yeah, they'll get you.
So imagine in my mind, I'm thinking alligator gar is a muskie that's just massive. So I'm like, no way, I'll mess with that at all. Could you imagine? Like I was like, how do people swim and live? I don't get it. And
yeah, you would go a long time and not know that there's even alligator gar in the specific waterway. When I was young, yeah. I'm in Texas. I grew up right down the street from Houston, a little small town. There was these creeks and ponds that my best friend and I used to swim in. I mean, during the summer, every morning we burn out, we going down the road to these creeks. And it was only after I became an adult where I started putting two and two together. Okay, we're in this creek swimming.
Right.
We go a couple of miles down the road and we're catching alligator gar, with treble hooks on strings and throwing them out there and catching these gar. Man, it's the same water system running out through there. But you never saw them. The place where we swam,
Yep.
you never saw them because they knew you were coming. You know, they were like, yeah, y'all
Yeah,
over there.
yeah.
I'm staying over here. But the ones over here, nobody swam in that because it was murky, cows in the pasture, you know. So we catch the fish over there. Same
Absolutely.
waterways.
That's one thing I stick to is like I am not gonna be that guy. Whenever we go to the ocean and stuff, I don't go past the farthest person out there. If there's someone swimming out there, I'll go up to him. I'm not going farther. Like if they start coming in, I'm coming in.
He's
Nah.
ready to push him down.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
like, hey, I
yeah,
ain't
the
gotta
ocean-
be faster
ocean's
than
kinda
the
like that
shark, I
bear
just gotta
rule.
be faster than them. You know, like
You play the ocean kind of like that bear rule. You ain't got to be the fastest one. I just got to be faster than you.
I figure even if I'm the one that gets attacked, at least someone will notice that I got attacked. You know, there's someone nearby that's like, oh yeah, that dude went down. You know,
Yeah, that dude's gonna die. I'm out of here.
right? You know, and start screaming or something.
He said somebody send help. Somebody. He's still
It's
back
all right.
there.
I'm a horrible person. I took the Tamra's daughter. We were out there swimming, and like she's 8 years old, and I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And I got her. I'm pushing her in front of me, just to make sure there's someone in front of me.
Yeah, but let's go swimming, baby. You just don't realize you're the bait.
Hey, it only worked until we got out to some pretty big waves, and then her little tube wasn't doing it, and like we both almost drowned. I was over there trying to save her. She's trying to save me. She's like, Shane, get back out the tube. I'm like, oh, you know. Well, because I feel like, you know, like in the end, I was like, oh God, I gotta protect her, you know? So like I put my hand out there to like keep her above water, but then like I was just getting tossed, you know? I came up choking and everything. It was horrible.
Oh yeah, you just got busted telling that story, didn't you? You're in trouble now.
Yeah, yeah.
She's going in there right now. She's writing that shit down. Yeah, she wrote that shit down. That's in her book right now. Oh, you remember that swimming story? Don't make your own damn supper.
No, you know what the funniest part was? Was that like she was right there watching us get worked and was like laughing at me dying. Wasn't gonna save either of us. She wasn't gonna save either of us. We both could have died, and she was just like idiots, you know.
There ain't no sense in all of us dying. They done put themselves out there.
Well, because like her son was with her, so they were off. They were like doing boogie boarding and stuff. Me and Rain were getting all crazy over there, trying to be adventurous and go so far away. And
Right.
it became life and death after a little bit, and I was like, all right, we're going in. We're going in. She's like, I'm good. I'm like, no.
We like to when we go to the ocean, we like to get right where the waves start cresting in, you know, when you're about ankle deep. And as they crest in, you kind of football player into them and shit. That's pretty fun. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, and that's where we were chilling for a while, but then we started getting out deeper, and like when I wasn't able to touch, you know, that's whenever it's like, oh dang, I'm actually clinging on to her more than she's clinging on to me now. So,
good thing you got this floaty, baby.
right. I was like, oh. But actually, at one point, we went out to Destin, Florida. It was awesome, dude. We ended up renting some jet skis and like rode the jet skis literally next to dolphins. Like, and we didn't go on a tour or nothing. We were just cruising, you know. But like, there was dolphins everywhere. It was insane.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome to sit there and have them right next to you. Just
Yep. And I'm actually really happy that we did that over what Tamra had originally wanted to do. She wanted for us to go parasailing. And I was like, hell no, I ain't going parasailing. And she's like, no, it's fun, blah, blah. And then I ended
You
up
ain't hooking me to no rope and tying me to no boat and putting me 100 feet in the air.
so
I'm
like
sorry, that's not happening.
she was like all good with it, right? And then like she heard me like calling my mom like, hey, if I ain't make it, I love you. Don't get rid of all my shit. You know, like and then she's like, oh, you're overreacting. And then they were like, oh, hey, send us a video saying that they're not liable if you die. And she's like, no, I ain't doing that. And like I started showing her videos of like I was just watching parasailing fails on my phone really loud next to her so that like she knew that I was like, yeah, these people are dying, babe. Did you see that? I don't know if you noticed.
You're not a very good salesman,
possible.
are you?
I was like, you sure you don't want to just rent the jet skis? It's like the same price. And she's like, well, rent the damn jet skis. I was like, cool. We had a great time. We rode on jet skis next to dolphins. Come on. It's way better. Way better than dying from parasailing.
Right. Yeah, I'm not a bungee jumper. I'm not a skydiver. I'm not a parasailer.
Yeah,
I ain't doing none of that shit.
No. All right, so all three of us agree. It was a dumb idea.
I used to ride bulls though. I used to ride bulls, so I mean,
I could get down with that. We're on the ground. I got feet. I can land. We're only about 6 foot up. You get over about the 10, 11 foot mark, and that's when we start having a problem.
From what?
I used to ride bulls. He was saying he said we on the ground.
Oh damn! See, but all right. So I don't know if I do that. Like as a young man, I was dumb enough to do that. You know, like 18, 19. Hell yeah, I'd have done that. But I don't have no skill for it. I'd ended up like dead. You know, broken bones, broken neck, everything. So, but you know, I was, you know, buck enough to be like, let's do it. You know, but. No. Now I know it takes a real man to ride a bull, bro. I have seen that shit in person since moving to Texas. Those guys are real men.
Oh man.
I'd end up
paralyzed. I gotta get out, fellas.
All right. Good to see you.
All right, man. I appreciate you coming on. I'm glad you got to do your.
Appreciate you for inviting me, man.
I'm glad you got to do your debut return. Go ahead and let everybody on YouTube know Big Tank Hank is back, y'all. Be ready. Be ready. The videos are coming out soon.
Time to get out, man. Get back at it. I've been chilling too long. If you want to call it chilling.
There you go.
All right, y'all. Y'all be good.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Yo.
Yeah, that's terrible. So how have you been, man? I liked your stream the other day.
Oh, thanks, man. I actually felt really rushed on it because, bro, I had them chicken wings. I was hungry. I was like, nah, I gotta hurry up with this. Usually, like, I feel like once I start getting people in the room, I'm like, all right, let's get going. I always start off rough though, man. I feel like my beginning of the stream sucks.
Right.
It's like
you gotta kind of let it. It's kind of like let it just flow, you know, like.
Yeah.
And like you're just on a phone call. You gotta kind of forget about everything that's really going on.
A lot of the problem is that it's like it's me and Ken. Well, we talk all the time, so it's like, you know, sometimes I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "Nah," and I'm like, "Yeah, nah, just chilling." We'll go 10 minutes, not say nothing, you know, like just sitting there thinking. You know, now I'll be like cleaning the rat cages or something, and he'll be like, you know, doing his messing with the snake or something, and then like he'll say something back after a minute, but we do end up having those pauses, so it helps to have people in the chat like popping up with stuff for us to, you know,
right, trying to keep the flow going.
Yeah, exactly. And it keeps me like mentally focused, like, oh yeah, focus on like things that I would want to know whenever I'm watching a video, you know, like things I want to know about this person. So I just,
right.
I don't know, I try to get on that interviewer aspect of it. But I like to do that, you know, I want to see what other people are up to.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
I talk a lot.
I'm not real good with the whole. I'm not real good with the whole topic thing. Like, I was trying to think of a topic, with Big Tank Hank, and I was like, we're just gonna flow. We're just gonna roll with it. We're just gonna see how it works. Let's stay here
Absolutely.
and chop it up and see how it goes. I had a couple questions, but those are more of questions that I know a lot of people wanted to know. That
Yeah.
he hasn't been able to address yet, and stuff like that.
See, I'm not good at that stuff. Like wanting to know what other people would want to know. I just ask questions I want to know. Like, man, I could
Right.
have asked Big Tank a million more questions. Big Tank Hank, I could have asked him a million more, bro. I didn't want to be all bugging him like, hey man, what about this? What about I don't know.
He likes it though. He really
Yeah,
likes it.
yeah. It was
And you can
interesting to see that he liked betas over, all other fish. That was very interesting to me. I
Yeah.
do like betas, but I just feel like it's such an underwhelming fish, other than the fact that they're really pretty. They're just so small, that you really don't get. They don't get the recognition that other bigger fish do, because a bigger fish is just up in your face more.
Well, with the betas though is you're limited to what you can do. You can have 57 little freaking bowls, or you got to go in and make fish tanks with dividers, or there's
Right, right.
a lot of extra stuff that would go into keeping a bunch of betas. Not you can't throw
Yeah.
10 betas in a tank and be like, oh, check out my fish,
I mean, I
because
think
you'll be checking out as your fish eating each other.
I think there's very specific times where you can cohabitate, but it's like very limited.
Yeah, I used to
Either
have the
way,
betas, and I'd get I mean, it was funny though, but I'd put a divider, a glass divider in there, and just watch them one on the other side of the glass, and they're back and forth, boom, 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 boom,
yeah,
boom,
trying
like
to fight each other. Yeah.
just trying to get after it. So it's
Hmm.
kind of interesting to wonder how they even breed them fish whenever you can't keep them from eating each other.
See, all right. So I noticed you have South American cichlids, or AKA Oscars.
Right.
I like African cichlids more than South American cichlids. What made you choose South American cichlids?
Well, I had the one Oscar just because I like their pattern and their color,
They
and
do
I
have
only really
really
got
cool
that. I got that one, and yeah, I got it when it was probably that big, and I chose the white
Yeah.
one over the black one because everybody has the black one. The
Right.
black with the yellow on
Mhm.
it, and I see that one all over the place. So I chose the white one, but it turned out to be such a teddy bear. He don't
So
like live feeding. He's not aggressive to other fish. He's
um,
just big chilling.
what all fish do you have in there? Are they all just Oscars?
No, actually, so most of the fish that are in there were donated
BNT,
to
what up?
me from a friend of mine.
Gotcha.
Hold on. He it was Sunfish for Fish is the guy. He's on YouTube as well,
What up?
but
What up? What up? What up?
he
What
was
up?
having a new baby and he
What up?
needed to make the room, so he donated his fish, a tank, almost all of his equipment and his decor. And so he had
Yeah.
a lot of native fish, like blue perch, yellow perch, a crappie, a warmouth, a long ear, which I think the
Yeah.
long ear is a perch too. I'm not sure. And no, the long ear's in there. Oh, the big long one. Yeah, that one
What
wound up
up,
dying. I
heads
don't
and
know what
tails? How
kind
are
that was.
you?
What's going on? Who is that? I cannot see. It's blocked.
Snugster.
Snugster.
Oh, Snugster, what's going on, bro?
Doing
So yeah,
great.
he kind of donated all the fish, and I think there's a Dempsey in there. I've had to
Ooh,
separate
nice.
the long ear from all the rest of the fish because the long ear is a bully. And so I already have one blue perch. We were at the lake, and our friends were out there seine netting for fish bait, and they got a little blue perch, and I was like, oh, I'm taking that bad boy home. So
How
they
big
got
is your tank?
I got a 55, and then I think the other one's a 35.
Got you.
And then I have my original idea was to set up an entire room, which I still need to do that. I need to set up a whole room to where I have 355s, a 35, a 40, a 10. I want to have multiple
Yeah.
tanks where I can kind of start doing a little bit of the breeding for the feeders.
Yeah.
Either guppies, guppy feeders or goldfish feeders.
Have you seen those guys using like the blow up pools and stuff for aquariums?
Not per se, really. I've seen a couple people making custom glass aquariums outside and filling them up with like koi fish and stuff like that.
I've
That's
seen
pretty
that.
cool.
I've seen people make a bunch of them out of wood, and then they just put like either Flex Seal or some other type of like just a pool liner in, I guess. But
Right. Yeah, I can see that working, but wood in the ground's gonna decay very quickly.
right.
So I mean, you
That's
would be making that every 4 or 5 years, I would think.
just
Cole,
dig a
just to let you
pond.
know, you inspired
I
me
kind of
last
had
night,
an
Cole.
idea with because some of the goldfish are starting to get pretty big. The ones that
Yeah.
the Oscar wouldn't eat. When I first started doing the live feeding, I had the Oscar and he wouldn't eat them, so they just got big. And I was kind of thinking, like right outside my porch, I was wanting to dig a hole, fill it with concrete, or not fill it with concrete, but kind of rub concrete on the walls, put some rocks in there, and kind of make like a little fish pond right off my porch where I can kind of sit there and look over the edge and look at the fish,
Heck
the
yeah.
ones that are getting too big. Because once they get too big, I'm not. I don't know what to do with them. I don't have a 180-gallon tank or nothing like that to keep these fish when they get, this freaking big.
So
And I don't know if there's.
Yeah. So I was trying to build a pond for my mom at her house, and I was like, this is way different than being back home. I think it's actually sustainable to where you can keep African cichlids outside. Because in Florida and stuff, those like the breeders are ponds outside. It's crazy.
Right.
So I mean, not all of them, but some of them. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna just dig deep down and get like geothermal stuff, so I don't have to really worry about heating it too much. And as I was digging it, I did not call ahead and get them to survey the pipes. So I hit a
Oh,
water
crap.
main and filled up the pond prematurely, and then had to shut off the water, go to Lowe's, get the pipe fitted back on, all that good stuff. Came back completely covered in mud, getting all the water out, got it done. So it didn't go as deep as I wanted, but
Right.
I was like, oh, it should be okay. And until we had like the 2 weeks where we were all like losing power and everything, like it was that winter that I was doing it. So they didn't make
Right.
They didn't make it. Because the heater shut off for like 2 days, and
that's
it was
when
super cold.
That's whenever I actually transferred over and got the Oscars and all that, is when we had that storm. Because before then I was still doing plotties and guppies and pretty fish, little pretty fish that you can sit there and watch that are real active. And we had that winter storm, and it kept cutting the power off, and I come home to basically everything floating but the Picostinus and my yo-yo loach.
Yeah, the Placo lived too. Our Placo lived too.
And so the yo-yo loach, I don't know if you ever had one. They're pretty cool. He's on my short reel. He's like a striped fish, kind of a long stripe looking fish, almost like a snake, or almost an eel looking. But that guy, you won't hardly ever see him. He's a hider, and he's lived through two times. Like one time I left on to a friend's house over summer for a couple of days, and I turned all the air conditioners off, to save electricity. Well, I came home and it cooked all the damn fish. So I lost all my fish that time too. And that yo-yo loach, he's made it through a burnout, and he's made it through a freeze out. So that guy is resilient.
Yeah, he's super strong.
But the problem with that yo-yo loach is when I got him, I got two of them. When I got the yo-yo loach, I got two at the same time, and the other one just up and disappeared. And he was, they were like the only fish in there. So later on, I went and I got a clown loach, which they look real similar, but they're a little different.
Yeah.
And that guy disappeared. So I'm assuming he's a one loach fish. I don't know that they're supposed to be aggressive, but I know he has to be the one killing them because they just disappeared.
In the community tank, I had two clown loaches, and one disappeared. The other one I seen the other day, and he's gotten big. And I was like, yeah, like
Well,
I don't know.
they
Those things
burrow.
are cool, man.
They are real cool. But they burrow.
Yeah.
So like I have a big rock looking thing in there, and he's dug in the gravel to get underneath that rock, and he lives up under that rock in the dark by himself. And he'll come out at night when there's no noise or nothing moving around. And
yeah.
like when I catch him on camera, you'll notice like it's boom, I'm running up there with the camera, and he
Right.
sees me, and it's like he's like gone. So you only get him on camera for 15 seconds at a time.
So
Or
in
he'll
the cichlid
freeze.
tank, yeah. So
He'll just
in
like-
my cichlid tank, I have a electric blue crawfish.
I've had those
And
before
that
too.
dude-
They'll burrow.
That dude
Them guys
is
will disappear sometimes for 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah, he does not like the camera, but he used to. Whenever we got him, like we had this ship or treasure chest that would bubble up and open and shut. Dude, every
Right.
time it would open, he'd come out there and be like, and like fight it, like straight up fight this thing every time. At first we were like, oh, he's doing the Finding Nemo thing like my bubbles. Nah, he absolutely hated that thing. He wanted it to die. Because
I've had a lot of them crawfish before. They're pretty cool. They look cool. They hang out. They do pretty good, but eventually they'll get big enough and they'll start catching your damn fish.
Well,
That's
okay.
if
So
you have the small plotties and guppies, they'll sit down there and they'll catch them son of bitches and eat them.
yeah, so I would say, luckily for us, we do have African cichlids, and as you know, anything cichlid is super aggressive, and they're
Right.
like a much faster, sportier fish. Like you're not catching a cichlid too easily. So he
Right.
might have eaten one or two babies in his time, but I haven't seen any of our more expensive fish disappear at all. Like they're all still there.
One time I went to the store, the fish store, the actual fish store, and they had it labeled as a ghost shrimp, which ghost shrimp, they're pretty cool. They stay kind of small. So I bought a couple and I brought them home. Well, come to find out, they were mislabeled. They were prawn shrimp. And within a couple months, these son of a guns were this big, and they started snatching up fish and eating them.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh, these are gonna be cool addition, crawfish and shrimp and the little fish. It's gonna be all
Yeah,
cute.
I mean,
No, the
I-
cute
I
stuff eats the other
literally-
cute stuff.
Timmer gets mad at me because whenever we go to the fish store, like I'll buy like 200 to 500 ghost shrimp,
Right.
and I'll just put them all in all the tanks, and like
Yeah, they're feeders. That's what they're for.
yeah, in the community tank they live for a while, but in the axolotl tank it's a much shorter lifespan, and then in the cichlid tank they're gone almost instantly. It doesn't matter how
Right.
many
Yeah,
you put in.
they hit the water and it's pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, I mean, I've put in like literally 200 in that one tank before. It's just a 75-gallon tank. Put 200 in there, and they were gone within minutes. I mean,
Right.
and I was like, dang, because I wanted them to, like, while they're still alive, clean a little bit. Because that's, one of the good things about buying live shrimp is that they will also clean your tank for you.
Right.
Yeah,
but I just recently bought 4 of those ghost shrimp, and I put them in the little tank with the small goldfish. So we'll
Gotcha.
see if the goldfish attack them or if they'll get big.
right.
But they're so tiny that they're hard to spot and hard to catch on camera. Because on the little
Wow.
when I buy the goldfish feed, I started feeding goldfish because it shows up better on camera for one than the minnows. And
Yeah.
so when I buy them, if there's one in there, it's like half white, or there's one in there that's got a lot of black on it, or like
Mhm.
one of the main ones. The reason why I started that, I bought one and his tail was missing. So he don't have a tail, a fin at all. He's got a little nub, and he
Dang.
swims like a sumbitch. So I saved him. I was like, oh, this retarded fish is gonna go viral, so I'm gonna keep him for sure. And I've tried him on
Right.
shorts and nobody cares, but I think he's cuter than shit. So I keep the
You know
cool,
what?
the
I
cool
haven't
looking
seen no
goldfish and
tail in a
separate them.
while.
You what?
I have an African cichlid that has no tail, but I haven't seen him in a while, come to think about it. He might have gotten got eventually. And I got another one with one eye.
One eye,
Yeah,
the pirate fish.
yeah. He got that sucker plucked out in a fight. He had
That's
two eyes
crazy.
when I got him. You know?
So that's one thing. That's another reason why I have 2 tanks is because I had all the perch in there, and then that long ear fish. He's mean. He likes to pick on everybody. So I took him and I moved him because he was picking on one of the perch. So I moved him over there with the goldfish. He don't pick on the goldfish. I don't know why. He hangs out with them just fine. But I moved him over there with the goldfish, and then one of the blue perch decided it was gonna start fucking picking on everybody. And I was like, all right, buddy, you want to be an asshole? You go over here with this asshole. So I put the 2 assholes together, and then the long ear started picking on him, kept him in the corner, and I let him stay there for a while until eventually I noticed he started missing some scales. So then I took him out and I put him back over there with the other fish, and he got his shit together. Like, you get picked on for 2 or 3 months. I put him back, and now he gets along just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put the bullies in the same tank. I figured they could bully each other around instead of the other fish, because I don't want them stressing out the other fish.
When we were building our 75 and like putting fish in there, if there was a fish that was like a bigger bully than other fish, we put them in the pond because the pond had all the big cichlids in there, and it's like, oh, all of a sudden you're not a bully no more. Put him in with the savages, and he's a little girl now. Like it was just very funny because like it was literally like we were like prison wardens or something. Like, oh, you act up, you're going into solitary with the, you're going in the hole, boy.
Yeah, you're gonna show you want to be a gangster. We're gonna throw you out there with the gangsters.
Right.
Then all of a sudden you get your act right.
In the yard, like.
All right, love you.
But yeah, dude. So that was our plan for a while. But that big storm.
She said if I found a rod, she would take me home in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Are people saying stuff in the comments? Oh, I should probably check it. Huh?
Oh, no one. Cole, just to let you know, you inspired me last night, Cole.
Inspired you how?
Like when you was talking to me yesterday, like on your live.
So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Who's that?
Snuckster. Oh shit! We got Snuckster. We got Snuckster, and we got Heads and Tails. Heads and Tails is he's our I don't know. I'm trying to think of the terminology to make it sound fancy and shit. Right. He's my fish or my snake guru.
right.
My in-house snake expert.
I was gonna say, are those snakes behind you, Heads and Tails, in that cage?
No, these are rats. You want to see some?
Yeah.
I got you. Hold up.
Did the damn laptop ever fucking start working again?
No, it didn't.
So can we put you on the solo layout and go ahead and get that viral video done?
Oh,
those are the softwares, aren't they?
Oh shit.
Were those softwares?
Sorry, bro. Hold on.
All right.
Is my voice back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I had another call, man. My bad. I thought I put it on. Could you see those things or no?
Yeah, we seen. Were those the softwares?
Yeah, these are African softwares. These are the little guys.
Those are kind of big.
Well.
Whoa.
Hey, big man.
Oh my gosh.
Come
Those
here,
are
dude.
about jumbo size right there.
Oh my gosh.
That's the one. That's that one that made it.
Yeah, that's Zeus.
How
He's
many
the
snakes
king
you
of the
have
gods.
altogether?
Snakes? I got 17 snakes.
17 right now. And
Wow.
do you have any in the incubator?
No, I am. So this is my. It's funny. It's actually my first year breeding. Haven't made any yet.
Yeah, I think you said the other day though you've got at least 2 confirmed locks though, right?
I have 3 pairings this year, and all 3 of them I do have confirmed locks on. 2 of the pairings I have confirmed locks 3 times. So I'm like, yeah, they're for sure gonna make some babies. Probably within the next week or so, I'll do a video on setting up my incubator and how to do all that stuff. I got a incubator. It's an old refrigerator. Well, it's an old wine fridge that doesn't work anymore.
Right,
So I
right.
just, I'll put the heat tape in there, put a thermostat in there, make sure it stays at 90, get a little fan. Good. But I got it for free, so I'm happy about that.
In the incubator, do you have to do moisture control as well?
No, all right, so how you do that, as far as what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it from other experts I've seen do this, and they've done videos on how to do it like this. So I'm going to just go with what they said. You take vermiculite and you put it across the bottom of like a Tupperware tub, and then you put like the same amount of water as you do vermiculite as far as weight goes. So the same weight, and then end up soaking that, make sure that it's good and moist, but not too moist. Put all the eggs in there, and then you put the press and seal on the top, and then you put your lid on. The press and seal will make it so that air can come and go, but the moisture can't.
Right, right.
So it keeps all the moisture in there for the next 55 to 57 days. Usually you want to cut your eggs on day 57 is what I've heard. Is day
Right.
57, hopefully you got 1 snake poking their head out. If not, go ahead and start cutting.
I seen a video, I think it was yesterday, that somebody's using Orbeez to do their egg incubation. It almost was like 1 million views. Somebody was doing it with Orbeez. They took like Orbeez and like put them in the bottom of like the big 2 dozen egg crate thing you get, and they filled it up with Orbeez.
Okay. So to me, that just sounds gimmicky. It sounds like some
Right.
gimmick
That
stuff.
kind of sounded like clickbait to me too.
Yeah, I mean, it could be really good, but then if that were the case, then why doesn't everybody do it? Especially like the biggest breeders out there and stuff.
Right, right.
Like when the top guys are doing that, then I'm gonna be like, oh dang, that's right. But I'm just trying to make it, so I figured go with what the best are saying. Like, I mean, it'd be like if you were, trying to throw, a pass or something, would you want to learn from a high school coach or like Peyton Manning? It's like learn from
Right.
the best, right?
Yeah, probably.
I would
And
say
now, I don't know what the
there's a few
difference
guys
is.
out there that are on that level.
Wow. I never had snakes before.
Dude. All right, so different snakes, different things. Depending on what type of snake it is, depends on what kind of environment you need to provide. I think
I used to have a python.
What kind of python?
I don't know what was it because I know it was a python.
So all of mine are ball pythons. They're known as a royal python everywhere but America. America is the only place we call them ball pythons. They're basically like the quintessential snake pet. Whenever you're thinking of a snake pet, it's usually a ball python is going to be the best one because they get pretty meaty. So it's like a cool looking snake. It's not just some really skinny, weird looking one. Like they got some good heft to them. but they're not aggressive to where, like, I mean, a pet snake, you're never going to get bit by your ball python pet. I mean, if so, then you need to handle your snake more often. My snakes,
Right.
on the other hand, mine will absolutely bite you, and it's because I'm literally trying to make it so that they feed all the time. You know, like I want them to stay hungry because I'm trying to grow them up to breed them. I'm not, just keeping them as a pet. Now, as soon as you pick them up, they're back to being a happy snake. But whenever you first reach your hand in there, and mine, you got to be careful because mine are
Yeah,
definitely.
they're gonna strike.
Yeah, but I'm happy about it. I would not. I don't want them to change. Oh shit, my phone died.
You're still on. Oh, maybe not. All right, he's stuck sideways. The other day he got stuck upside down.
Wow.
That's hilarious. I guess yeah, I guess we'll remove him. We don't want to leave him looking like that. I hate to knock him down, but I don't want to leave him looking silly.
Yep, I was gonna message you something on your email about
Go
someone.
ahead. All right, go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, it's someone that seen in your chat. It's I'm not gonna say no names. Yeah, because I seen he's on the it's not no one it's someone else.
Yeah, just send me the private message. Nobody can see that. Man, I was really stoked to be able to have Big Tank Hank on here. He's the one that
Yeah, 'cause that
that really
person, I don't know if it's a
big,
you see it that person. I don't know if it's a kid or not.
yeah, I'm about to look at it. Hold on. I was kind of super excited to have Big Tank Hank on here though. He's the one that turned me on to the reptile community. Just by his yeah, I'm not sure. I seen them earlier in James. And they were kind of being semi goofy there, but semi not. So I don't know.
I
And
know
I
if
read all
that's
that. I read all that earlier too. So I don't know. I don't know what to think or what to say about that. That's why I kind of just left that on red.
yeah.
I
Because
haven't even investigated that
I
account.
unsub to that person.
Right. Yeah, they were in James earlier, and they were kind of acting silly with that JV dude. But I don't know. I really don't know who it is. I treat everybody the same. As long as you're here supporting me, I'll stand by you
Yep.
until you cross the line and be disrespectful to me or other people. Then, until we have that issue, it kind of is what it is. So, you got your StreamYard set up?
I can't do a live thing.
Why did it say that?
I have to have like a phone number to like set it.
You gotta have a phone number. Oh, to verify it.
Yep.
Couldn't you can you verify it like with your mom's phone? Kind of tell her what you're doing.
She don't even know what I'm doing.
Right. I got you. Maybe what about your brother? He seems to be willing to kind of help you out on this stuff. I mean, it's not like it's something that you have to do anyways, because you get to go live almost every day as it is right now.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, I just had to switch because it was my mother. She don't know I was on here.
Oh, right.
Yeah, only my brother knows that I do like StreamYards and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's not.
Yep.
You don't really have to do it on your own side. You get to go live on here almost every day, anyways.
You're right. Yeah, because
And
I
then
told
it's
my
kind
brother
of
that I give you I gave you his Cash App, and then I told you to save it. He said okay.
Right. Yeah, I still got it written down right here somewhere. I got so much stuff written down on this piece of paper. I
Yeah.
have all kinds of stuff going on here.
I see you're doing good on your videos.
Yeah, the shorts are still doing pretty good. I dropped a couple today. I dropped them this morning. It did good. And then I dropped one like right before we came on, and it started doing pretty good. You're good. You're good, Hets. It's a everyday thing with the phone. I'm at 53% now. I started at 99%, and that's why I set right here too, right by the charger cord. So when I plug my phone in to charge it, that's when I'll have to spin my phone around the other way, and then the camera will be over here by the chat. And every time I look at the chat, my hand's in the way.
Yeah.
I kind of don't like it like that. I don't like it the other way. When it's the other way, it confuses me too, because everything's in reverse when everything's already in reverse right now. Like you have to get used to. See, I'm pointing towards you, like literally in real life,
Mm-hmm.
the direction you are, but it's the wrong way. So you got to point reverse to be able to point at the person that you're with. It's kind of weird how it works that way.
Dang, my batteries are low.
Your batteries are low too.
Yeah, I have to switch and then come back on.
Oh, you got to switch your controller battery.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. You're talking backwards. Oh my goodness. You're gonna have to start pre-charging up your batteries and get ready for at night. Yeah, that messes with me real bad. It's confusing. It's crap. Like the picture that is right there in this top corner, right there. Like I'm touching it, but I'm pointing at it, and I'm not pointing the right way. Everything's in reverse. So once you learn that everything's in reverse, and you can try to keep that in your mind, you'll kind of get used to it. But I still do it always do it backwards, always do it the wrong way. Then I can figure out how to do it the right way. We got Snuckster coming back up. Snuckster's back.
Yeah.
Snuckster's back.
One time for the one time.
One time for the one time, y'all. Yeah, I was kind of real excited to have Big Tank Hank say that he would do that interview and come on the panel and shit.
I didn't wake
I
up
really,
until around 4 p.m. yesterday. Today, I mean.
Oh, you didn't?
Yep, I was like so tired after I left your live.
Yeah, we stayed up. So I could flip the phone, but I think it's still backwards. So I flipped the phone. Oh, it's the right way now when you flip the phone over. How about that?
Perfect.
No, it's not the right way because I'm pointing at the bottom of the phone. My hand's pointing down, but it's pointing towards you. So this is actually pointing towards you right now. So no matter
Wow.
what, it's still reverse because I'm pointing actually where you are, but I'm still backward. But then when I flip the phone, when I do chat, my hand does this. That's why I keep it the other way. Should I push back? I have to get kicked out.
But it's
Hopefully
better now.
It didn't go back all the way. Huh?
I said it's better now.
Are y'all getting dizzy?
DWI is. He said
They're back.
point left.
Point left. This is my left, so I'm pointing left. There you go. Left is right. Right is left. This is my right hand. This is my left hand. We're going back to old school. Right hand, left hand. The left hand's on the right. The right hand's on the left. It's like doing a mirror. I guess that's the best way to explain it. It's like mirror imaged.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard
So
Big
it's
Tank.
confusing because really the flag I'm in front of is to my left, and the flag you can't see is to my right. So if I turn my phone to the right some, it gets more of the flag that's to the left of me.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. It's correct on the screen. All right, so on my side, it's not correct. It looks weird. Right hand, left hand. Right hand, left hand, both hands. Now we're confused.
Yeah, that was the first time I see Big Hank Tank.
Big Tank Hank. He's been off.
Yeah.
He's been off the scene for a little over 2 months now. He did a little small live about 2 weeks ago. Not everybody caught it because it was kind of a pop up, and then we were
Oh my gosh.
that's pretty cool. Just remember that baby alligators turn into be large grown up alligators. It's the same as if you were standing in front. If I was standing in front of you. Oh, all right. Well, so that's kind of weird that it comes across the right way, but on my side it looks wrong on my picture. It's kind of weird how it
Yeah.
works. Yeah, they used to have a 7 foot. Yeah, we used to have a 7 foot female that would free range in her house. She was puppy dog came
Oh, Puppy Dog Team.
tame puppy dog tame. That's crazy, bro. We used to raise a alligator in a upside down truck canopy. You people lost your minds. I always wanted one because they look real cool and shit, but they got big teeth and they fucking bite hard.
Wow.
Alligators like not playing around. Like I always kind of want iguanas too, but iguanas get big and mean and they'll break skin when they smack you with their tail. I
Yeah.
mean that'd be cool though to have a freaking pet alligator, especially if you tame the shit out of it. Yeah, people come over and they'd be scared to death to come in your
That was the
house.
first time I seen all those people on when Big Hank was here. Wow.
That what?
When all those people was in your live when Big Hank was on. That's
Yeah.
the first time I see all the like different people.
Well, a lot of because that's one thing that I've been trying to get across to a lot of people is when you're gonna do panels like that pre-existing, if everybody shares that's gonna be involved, you bring in that crowd and you bring in this crowd together. So he shared on his side, on his YouTube and on probably on his Facebook and all that stuff. That's what gave all his people the heads up to come on and be able to see him, on his debut.
Mm-hmm.
Every house on our street got robbed. We don't even lock our doors and nobody touched our house. Well, that's cool. That sucks that everybody's house got robbed. Said fed him and the bass baby ducks. That's funny. What are you growling at, dog? My dog's lost his mind. Just sitting over there growling at nothing. What is the dog growling at?
No, nothing.
Shut up. Fucking goofy ass dog.
Probably the dog want to go out.
And it's growling at the air. Or I don't know what it's growling at. Maybe the TV in the other room. TWI with the jokes. That is funny. Do a Gator Cam stream. That'd be cool. A lot of people should probably watch that. Watch your alligator do live feedings and shit like that. The dog smells like the cats are inside. The cats chill with the dog. They all lay up in the bed together at the same time and they hang out all the time. I think it's here in the TV in the kids' room. The other day we were watching a movie, Jeepers Creepers, and they went to the crazy cat lady's house, and the cats were all meowing and howling at the noise, and the fucking dogs went crazy, bro. Oh, it smells your cats. That's silly. Yeah, the dogs heard the cats on the TV, and they both just went ballistic. and we have cats, so it's not like a normal or a noise that they don't already hear all the time. They're cats making noises. They just went crazy, running all over the house. Candy Cane, this is Rusty Nails. Yeah, they went running all over the house, barking and shit. And it's like, dude, it's right here on the TV.
I want to know if Riz got his 1K.
I'm not real sure if Riz hit his 1K yet or not. I hope he did. It wasn't that far away. And then later on, because we put that on the community post, that night.
Uh-huh.
And then later on,
Out of there. Drop it.
that was a pretty good movie. And then later on that night, I went back to check it out, to go check out where he was at, just because I'm interested. And the link wouldn't work no more. And then it was then I had to go back through my messages and find the last time I messaged him and go to his account. And I checked the link and it was still the right one. So I don't know like what happened there. If YouTube blocked the link off of because it was on my community post or what? Because when I touched
because I know
it would
when Sam
redirect
did
me.
my shout out, it was like saying at Snucktuster 1014. What is that?
She might have just mistyped the number.
No, because on mine, it's on my YouTube. It like said like that, like Snucktuster 1014.
I don't know. Did you like set up a handle or something?
I don't even know. If
It
you
might
look
be
on
your
my
URL.
huh?
It might be your URL because YouTube was supposed to give out custom URLs to everybody. Since your account's kind of new, maybe they gave you a custom URL.
Yeah, because it's just Snucktuster 1014. If you look on my if you look on my YouTube, it says that
Like your link does, or like your name.
under my name, it's Snucktuster 101, and then it shows like the URL. Like if you look at it.
So you got that. That's just like your custom URL. Then is what that is. 'Cause I don't have a
Okay.
custom URL still. Mine's like UTCXY 6. Hey, y'all chill out or go outside with that shit. Knock it off. Y'all don't start playing at 10 o'clock at night.
Yes,
Y'all can play all day
DWI.
long.
Yeah, it's username plus some numbers.
Right. So yeah, that's just a custom URL then. Yeah, you've always been able to go live through YouTube for free. You have to have 50 subs or above, and then you request it from YouTube, and then it takes 24 to 48 hours. And I finally got my go live together option now. So I'm not real sure how that works yet. I haven't tried it yet. I heard that you gotta have the phone in portrait mode, which is standing straight up and down. It's kind of what people were saying, that you gotta have the phone in portrait mode to do it. And then I'm not sure
only
how
at
you
27 subs.
I'm not sure how you add people in.
Yeah, mine is Snucktuster 1014.
Yeah, so that's just them adding a number to make it long enough. I guess your URL is supposed to be a certain link. I don't believe they've changed my URL. I think mine's still generic. Oh shit, I forgot to turn the camera off. I did that. It's gonna look like I'm frozen.
No, you got upside down.
I gotta remember to turn the camera off before I jump over, because then if not, I look frozen. Let's see. Unpinned message. Livey chat. Everybody's still moderated.
Yeah, because I had to look at my own channel, and then it said like Snucktuster 1014.
I wonder. I probably could text. No. I could probably text King and get him to jump on here and show us what's going on there, and whatchamacallit.
Yeah, cool. Look, there it goes. DWI just posted it.
What? My URL is what?
I can't. Cole, he was just joking with you. Oh my gosh, GWI. DWI, how many subs I'm at? 27 still? Let's hope Cole come back.
I'm here. I didn't go nowhere. I'm just on YouTube.
Okay.
I can only be on YouTube for so long before that like boots me basically, or don't boot me. It just mutes my mic. I'm reading through all my alerts and my notifications. Coco Muffet Empire subscribed and left me a bunch of messages. Morbid Sadistics messed some messages. Enthusiasts channel left some messages. G2K was live 2 hours ago.
Yep. Oh my gosh, that fish thing that Chef had. Oh my gosh.
What fish thing?
Um, it's some kind of fish that he posted.
Oh, it's short.
Yeah.
I think I watched that yesterday.
Yeah, it was not Chef Sean, the Chef TMG.
Oh, TMG.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to look then because I didn't get none of his
You
alerts today.
you commented you commented on his fish one. It was like two fishes that he
Oh
made.
yeah, that was the other day. Yeah, I told him I'm not a fish person. That motherfucker looks like it's on point.
Uh-huh. Yep, that one.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about now. Yeah, that one was good looking. Yeah, I thought you meant like he had a new one out. 'Cause I try to keep up with what he's got going on all the time. And there's a lot of people live right now.
And I was in his stream in key cons. I can't. I was in the key stream as well.
Oh, Keys Constrictors.
Yeah, I was in his one. I was in his as well.
I didn't know Keys Constrictors went live today. I didn't get an alert for that either. That's kind of weird. I normally
Did you
always
have your
get
like?
live.
Did you have your
Always,
like
almost.
notification bell on all?
Yeah, I almost always get Keys's notifications all the time. And then I go through their shit, and then I always hit I go to their upcomings and hit notifications on that as well.
Same. I do that as well.
Yeah, here in a little bit. Yeah, Shep's live still. Too Tall's always live. Yeah.
Yep, Johanna Hanna. Oh, she's live.
Is she?
Yeah, when I checked earlier, she was.
She might be off now. I'm not seeing it over here. Dougie Doug's live. Let me see.
You're right.
What
When
are
you
we
get
looking like on
King
time?
in here.
Now we're at 2:29. I might just turn it off at 2 and here in about 40 seconds for 2.5 hours.
Okay, you'll be on later.
But I might get back on later, but I'm not sure yet. I might just kind of call it a night and go to
Fiona.
bed early. Hey, Fiona, how are you? Yeah, I might just call it an early night, get some rest and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was like
But
tired last night when I left here.
right, yeah, last night we were on forever and ever and ever.
Okay.
All right, subscribe to
All right.
Fiona.
Yeah, that's something to do right now before you end your stream.
All right. Yeah, I'm about
All
to go
right,
ahead and cut
catch
it
you.
off. We're at 2.5 hours anyways. Yeah, I've been going till 5 a.m. and then going and picking her up, and then we ain't even been going to sleep till damn near 11 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's been kind of taxing her lately to stay on stream for 6 hours and then have to be awake for another 4 or 5 hours and then only sleep till 2 or 3 and then get up, get the kid, and then do all the home stuff. Kind of wear myself out with it. Oh, get snug a second to get over here and scoop up Fiona real quick, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night. I appreciate everybody for coming in, sticking it out with us. We had a great stream. We had Big Tank Hank on. We had Heads and Tails on. We had a Snugster on. I'm trying to remember what that other guy's name was now. RJ. We had RJ on. Appreciate everybody so much. Thank you for coming in, and we will catch y'all on the next one.